topic, we got to talk about Ja Morant, young star. All right. We all know what happened, flashing the gun on IG Live. And Adam Silver was, I mean, look, shout out to Ha Davis. He was astonished. He was flabbergasted. He was shocked. He was bamboozled. All right. All the
Shock.
above. Right. Right. Yeah. So he like, I mean, he was hit on guard. He was like, you could tell he felt like Ja took him on a ride and just left, you know what I mean, and left him dropping. Right. So what should now in the league? He also said that he's expecting the worst. All right. So Tom, well, you gonna kick us off with this one? What punishment should John Morant receive for his actions?
What do we think a punishment is going to do to make him actually wake up and see that the NBA is not playing? Like, you have everyone coming out, everyone has their opinion on the matter, everyone's saying different point of views. We have JJ Redick, who wants to give us the 48 laws of power, and also he just wants to read the judiciary book and tell us what the Constitution is. Like, we cool on that, JJ. We talking about a private entity who's owned and they have their own rules. The NFL, when someone does something off the field, they still have to suffer for it at work. Like, it is what it is. Ja, this is not your first. This is not your first run. Also, you sat down with the commissioner, Adam Silver. It seemed like the first punishment, he was like, "All right, slap on the wrist. We good. You're gonna learn from that. Boom." But if I'm Adam Silver, I'm gonna give him this. I'm gonna give him half a season. Half a season. Sit down, understand. Do I want to say no pay? You can't really say no pay to a player who's making over 200 M's. You know what I mean? That's the only way you're gonna learn. That's the only way you're gonna learn. You have to take something drastic away from the situation before this kid hurts himself.
Mhm.
And if you don't do that,
You're
then it's
saying
only going.
you're saying no pay. Are you
Yeah,
saying? Oh, okay, okay,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
okay. I
What
think
y'all
they thought
talking
you
about?
were saying like you don't want to take his pay.
Oh, no. Half a season, no pay. Like,
Okay.
you don't
Oh,
get
okay.
to sit at home and still get money. Like, that's crazy. What you doing?
Okay.
He ain't gonna learn
That's
nothing.
that's what I was
Okay,
thinking.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
hold
No.
on.
He
Okay.
really gonna be NBA young boy because he was on house arrest too. And he gonna turn up
Continue.
even more.
Continue.
But yeah, he already hurt himself with some of his supermax incentives because he didn't make an all NBA team from the first suspension. So imagine what's gonna happen here now. You get another half a season, no pay. You probably won't make an all NBA team. Now your teammates are starting to look at you a little funny too, because they're like, look, bro, we need you. So that might be a wake-up call. But it has
Mm-hmm.
to be something drastic.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100%, Tombo. 100%. Half season, no pay, half season. And now the NBA said, "Oh, half season too much. How many games you got to take away from him for not to qualify for All NBA? That should be at least a minimum, but it should be half a season. All right. Now, Dave, I know you didn't have a doghouse, right? You should have had two people in the doghouse: JJ Redick and Steven Jackson. All right.
Hmm.
So
I
JJ
didn't. I
Redick
didn't
should have
hear.
been.
I didn't hear Steven Jackson's thing, but I
Oh, I'm
I,
gonna
I
tell
know
you.
about JJ Redick.
I'm gonna tell you. All right. We all know JJ Redick, like Tomo said, brought the laws and all that stuff. He didn't break the law. We know that. But like Tomo said, right, the lawmakers of the NBA are the NBA. Right? Now, Tomo, shout out to J Mo. He told me this analogy. Tomo, if you come on my house, right? I'm like, hey, Tomo, hey, the game coming on, Wizards about to beat the King. I mean, sorry, King about to beat the Wizards.
No, you said it right
I
the
might
first time.
tell you that to have you come over. You feel me? Because you might not come over. I just tell you they playing. You come over and I'm like, hey, it's a sign. It's a sign of my house. Take off your shoes. And the time when you don't take off your shoes in my house, I'm about to give you the Jazzy Joe treatment. You feel me? I mean, it is what it is. My house, my rules. That's
Facts.
what it is. So the NBA makes the rules in the NBA. So John, at the end of the day, the NBA is protecting their image. That's why I come on those chats. We had this conversation already on the chat. So everybody that's in the chat already know what we all gonna say. All right. But at the end of the day, the NBA main focus is we gotta protect our image. They know John Morant is a young star in the NBA. Kids are copying everything John Morant does. Y'all know when we were younger, who was the guy? Allen Iverson, right? Allen
Facts.
Iverson was the guy. Man, listen, sixth grade, y'all had cornrows. I mean, I don't know if y'all know that.
I tried.
I had
I did.
cornrows in sixth grade. Everybody wanted to wear the sleeve. You know, everybody wanted to be Allen Iverson when they grew up. When you create a play on NBA Live, your man had cornrows and tattoos. True, right? My
That's
man
a
had
fact.
tattoos on his neck, on his sleeve. All that stuff. I want to be Allen Iverson so bad as far as basketball wise. That's how the kids that got John Morant. Every kid is saying this. Is the parade in my city yet? Every kid is saying that now. Every kid is saying. Every kid doing it gritty. After everything. Every kid doing it gritty because of John Morant. So the NBA is like, all right, this dude is the face of the NBA for these kids, right? We can't be having them waving a pistol because guess what? That's what the kids are gonna start doing. Waving a pistol in the daggone camera. So at the end of the day, the NBA is like, Ja, we didn't even suspend you the first time. Your own team did. Your own team said you can't. You're suspended. Well, no, they didn't suspend them. They added more games to the suspension, whatever. They gave them like 4 extra games, something like that.
Yeah,
Sat
it was a
down
total.
with
I think it was a total of 8 games.
Mhm.
8 games, like $8. So look,
We should know about that, man.
oh, okay, talking about you, okay. So look, so the NBA is like, listen, we are not going to even talk about the consequence for next time because it won't be next time. All right, this is how important this is, and not even 2 months go by, you in the press conference talking about something. I gotta be a better leader, and you gonna do that, and you don't even your own man like, bro, what you doing? Like, even he helped. So the NBA gotta go hard on him, bro. They has to like let's put debating to the side and let's do what's best for John Morant. The best thing with John Morant is to get punished. My son, last thing I'm gonna say, my son, last night, right? This happened last night. Harlan, don't do that. Okay. Look, no beating, no spanking, no nothing, right? He go do it again. Harlan, don't do that. Guess what he did, y'all? Did it again. Give him a little tap tap. Guess what? Did he do it again?
Nope.
No, he ain't do it again. Listen, y'all don't abuse my kids. Relax, y'all. Look, you spare the rod, you spare the child. That's what's in the Bible. But look though, so my whole thing is they gotta punish my man somehow. He has to wake up and smell the coffee and learn. And hopefully he changes actions. If you don't change his actions, it's not on the NBA. They did their job. So I think it should be a half season, like Tomo said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We are all in agreement here. It should be at minimum half a season. Minimum half a season. I want to bring up this analogy I use in the chat. So
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a father. I have a job myself. I can have a license to legally carry it if I want to, but it doesn't mean that I can just carry it in my job. That means I can easily lose my job, I can lose my life, and I can lose the ability to be around my kids. Because you could be considered as an endangerment to a younger child. So just because it's legal for me to have this because I actually have a license to carry, that doesn't mean that I can just carry it whenever I want. If a place has an establishment and has a policy to where you cannot do that, you are not supposed to do it. Plain and simple. Now, it being legal is one thing. It's legal to have it in Memphis. The legality is not the issue. It is what he's doing with it. That's what people fail to realize. When someone has a gun and they're brandishing it, they're either saying, hey, be scared of me, or it's something along those lines. It's either be scared of me or they're in some kind of gang or in the hood. We all know somebody who may or may not have been like that. We know people that have lost their lives to gun violence. I know a few. I grew up in Southeast DC, so it happens. It happens plenty of time in the DMV area. We all know that it's pretty normal. It's sad, but it's normal. That is not something that you should be brandishing on live or anywhere. It's one thing to protect yourself to have it. Okay, that's one thing. Hey, do your thing. You want to protect yourself. You're a celebrity. I get it. You want to make sure that no one attacks you. I understand all that. But everything else, no, you're not. You're like Joe said. This is a private entity. You are not supposed to be doing things like this at all, Joe. You are a young father, for one. And yes, you are one of the few reasons why kids do the gritty, do all these other things because of you're one of those young stars that people follow. Other than that, what you should be doing is that shows a lack of leadership. That doesn't show leadership at all. You have a lack of leadership by doing those things. So you Come on. There's some things that you really have to change. If you want to be a leader, you need to show yourself to be a leader. And you can't just go to rehab like you did last time, because you went to rehab last time, but it didn't do anything for you. So minimum half a season, no pay. You got to sit down. You got to sit down. You got to figure something out. You got to stop. You got to change whoever you hang around. You got to change. I guess you got to change what you listen to. I listen to some of that music, but that I'm not about to do that because it's a moral. Your moral virals got to change.
Yeah, real quick, Steven Jackson. This is what happened. Chris Kane, what's his name? Chris Kaman, right? Chris Kaman.
I think it's Kaman.
Center. He's a white American, right? I think he's white American, but he's a hunter. He has pictures of him holding guns, like basically like in the store, holding a gun at his home, and he's a hunter, right? And he posted it, and basically, it's cool when they do it. It's not cool when I do it, basically, right? So I feel like he tried to make it a race thing, like because Chris Kaman is white, and the NBA impressed on him, and because Ja is black, they pressed on him. Number one, these are two different times. Let's start there. All right, two different commissioners. All right, Adam Silver wasn't even a commissioner when he was in the league, and the time and social media wasn't what social media was for real like it is right now. It wasn't a big influence like it is right now. And number two, Ja's rapping NBA YoungBoy, like rapping a violent song, waving a gun after already being addressed about it. And like I said, the NBA is protecting their image. It has nothing to, if anything, the NBA was trying to protect Ja. Like, if anything, the first go around. So I don't think it was racist at all. All right. So I think that we should have did a doghouse, and we should have threw him in the doghouse and JJ Redick in there.
My guy, you in the doghouse.
If I knew about the Steven Jackson thing, I definitely would put him in there because that's just that. Nah, ain't no way.
Yeah, and Steven, first of all,
Steven Jackson, you grew up in the hood. That's the thing about it.
But
you grew up in the hood. So you're supposed to be that same person. You're supposed to be that person that you're supposed to be that man in his shoulder telling him, no, John, you're not supposed to be doing this. This is not good. This is not cool. Like we did all these things to get out the hood. You not from the hood and you doing things to go in the hood. Like, come on, what are you doing? That's not smart. It's not smart. Why is it? That's the one thing I don't understand. Why is it always the people in the suburbs want to go to the hood, but people in the hood want to get out?
Boom. Perfect analogy. So I'm gonna hold on first thing. Steven Jackson, I see the angle where you trying to go, but where you also fail to realize is Chris Kaman wasn't a top 5 player in the league at the time when he did that. Ja Morant is considered at least one of the top 10 players. Or if not, they tried to make him the face of the NBA. That's one. That's one. That's another reason why they really on. That's why the NBA is upset, because you got to think about who's our real superstars now once LeBron and Steph leave. Mm-hmm. It was Ja, Luka, Giannis, and then a bunch of other names you could really throw out there. But they really pumped Ja up so he could be the face of the league. And all this is starting to come out. 2, the reason why people from the suburbs want to be from the hood, it's an analogy 50 Cent uses, like it's watching animals at the zoo or watching a movie, and it's like, man, I can go see that live entertainment in person. It's always fun until you in it, because when the bullets get to going off, it's not fun no more. Trust me, it's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said you need to sit down, because what if the gun would have went off?
Yeah, man. But like, what if the gun it's a huge safety issue, like y'all said. But if you want to say, oh, that would never happen, but at the end of the day, why are you flashing a gun in a video? And why is everybody
that's the issue?
Like, and then my biggest problem is what Dave said. Everybody is trying to defend Ja's actions and fight the NBA instead of going and talking about how Ja can be better in this whole situation, because obviously he did not learn from the first time. Y'all, like, wake up. Obviously he didn't learn. So if the NBA doesn't do nothing, we all can agree, most likely, he's going to do it again. And if y'all don't think it's a problem, well, if your child is in the room waving it, you see him on social media waving a gun, your own child, like a 9-year-old child doing that, and you go, oh, John Morant did it, then you're gonna try to pounce on him until it's your child. So that's my whole thing. Like, let's treat it as John Morant was our own family, like our own brother, our own son. I know we sound like we are like hammering on the show, but for real, it's all about John. You need this because listen, I've been there. I know people that have been there that you had to get hammered to actually learn from your mistakes. For
You
real.
know who he should talk to? He should talk to the baby, because that's somebody who got canceled a few times, and he kind of learned his lesson. So yeah, he should talk to him.
Man, he need to talk to somebody that got some sense. That's what he need to do. Don't go talk to Steven Jackson, and don't go talk to JJ Redick, because JJ Redick's gonna talk to you about the law. Go talk to somebody that got some sense.
Clearly, you know the law. Or maybe he need to
and
change his music selection.
And I'm gonna say this right now: anybody that doesn't agree with anything that we said, I question your maturity.
Or you can always come on the show and tell us what you think.
That too. That too.
All right, y'all.